In this chapter, we're going to look at something called Java NIO, which stands for New I/O, which of course would stand for New Input-Output. These are new methods of performing input-output in Java. They're really not that new, but they're called that because they differ from the original ways that you performed I/O in Java. This new I/O is based on buffers and channels rather than buffers and streams. And to demonstrate what we're talking about, I'm going to develop a little file copying program in this first lesson as kind of an introduction to NIO. So let's get started. We're going to call this filecopy.java. So the first thing we're going to do is import some files. First we need the IO files. Then we need the new IO files. And then specifically, we need the channels files because we're going to be working mostly with what are called file channels in this example. So we'll start our program. Main has to throw an IO exception. We're not going to catch it in this example, but you still have to throw it. We are going to put our code inside a try, but we're just going to have a try finally instead of a try catch. So the first thing we're going to do is create our source file objects and our destination file objects. And so we're going to get our file names from the command line. So the source file will be in args sub 0. And the destination file, the file that we're going to copy to, will be in args sub 1. Then we're going to check to make sure that there is not already a destination file. And if not, then we're going to create a new file. And that's the end of our quote-unquote maintenance work. Now, because we work with channels versus streams, we have to associate our source and destination files with a channel. So we're going to have a source channel for our file, the source file, and a destination channel for the destination file. We set them to null right here because we're going to put them inside a try. So the way we associate a channel with a file is like so. We're going to write source channel equals new. Then we use our old friend file input stream with our source file. And then we call get channel. And that associates the channel for the input file with the source channel object. And then our destination channel is set up the same way, except of course with a file output stream. I don't need that dot right there, so take that out. And then to perform the file copying, we can do it very simply using a NIO method called transfer from, which lets us take all of the data from one channel and transfer it to another channel. So the way we're doing it is we're saying start at the 0 byte of the data and go all the way through the full size or the length of the data in the source channel and transfer that to the destination channel. Then when we're finished, we have a finally block. And as long as the channel is not equal to null, we're going to close it. And then we do the same thing on the destination channel. And close the finally, close main, and then close the class. So let's save our file. Let's see if we have a file that we can copy. There we go, minmax.txt. So first let's compile. Everything looks good. So let's say Java file copy minmax.txt to minmax.back. Let's look at both files. There's minmax back. Let's do this a different way. Actually, we still see some of these other class files, but there's our original text file, and there's our backup file. So this was an introduction to NIO in Java. The nice thing about file copying is that it's very quick. We use one method to perform the copying, actually a transfer, and we don't have to set up a loop or anything to copy byte by byte. However, you can loop like that. And so in the next lesson, I'm going to show you how to write a type command, the DOS type command, where you just display the contents of a file using a more traditional approach, yet using Java NIO. And we're going to see how to do that in the next lesson.